Okay, thank you so much, Rajan sir. So, hi everyone, a very warm welcome to all of you from the Olympiad Success family. And today, as you all know, we are here for a demo and interaction program for Level 2 Science Olympiad. Okay, and I believe that each one of you would have appeared for Level 1 examination, irrespective of any organization, whether it be NSO or Crest Olympiads or Silver Zone, whatever it be. But this is for level 2, and this caters to all the Olympiad examinations, right? And kids, can anybody tell me like what is the difference between level 1 and level 2?
You have to qualify for level 1 for level 2.
Yes, that is absolutely right, Swaroop. But then, like, what is the difference between level 1 and level 2 examination?
Ma'am, level 2 is like a bit harder than level 1.
Okay, and why is it harder than level 1?
Because it's the final.
Yes, it's final, but then why?
Ma'am, because of the difficulties increasing here for us.
Okay, wonderful. And why is the difficulty increasing?
The difficulty is increasing because you also change after we pass first level, we have to improve our intelligence. That's why.
Okay, wonderful. So glad to hear your answers. Yes, absolutely, kids. So what happens is like the questions become trickier, and that is why they become difficult, right? And so we would be like in this, actually in this course, entire course, it would be of a shorter duration. It would be only of 16 sessions. So we won't be catering to all the topics in detail, but then what we would be doing is like we would be revising all the topics, and then we would be focusing more on the trickier questions. Okay, so we would be doing lots and lots of practice, which would be helpful for your level 2. All right. So kids, like in today's session, we would be following this procedure. Like first of all, there would be an introduction by Richa ma'am, and then there would be a presentation by Rajan sir. Post that, I will be taking you through the tour of the platform. After that, short question and answer round. And once the question and answer round finishes, we will be starting with the demo session. All right. Everything clear?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, great. And how many of you have met Dr. Richa earlier, or you are all meeting her for the first time? Vibha knows her?
First time.
Yeah, first time. Okay. Anyone? No? Okay, no worries. So I welcome Richa ma'am. So welcome Richa ma'am, and it's a pleasure to have you on the platform. And kids, I'm sure you're going to love her classes. She's a wonderful mentor. And Richa ma'am, why don't you provide a brief introduction about yourself to the students?
Well, hello everybody. I am Dr. Richa, your mentor for your upcoming session. And the session, as told by Aarti ma'am, is about level 2 Science Olympiad, no matter which platform you are appearing from, NSO, Crest, Silver Zone, we are catering to all of them. But basically it's about level 2. And as Vibha said, level 2 is for people who have cleared the level 1 and they increase the difficulty level because they expect you to know more now, right? You see, only very few, let me go to the exact number, only 5% of the people who appear for level 1, only 5% of them are allowed to or are expected to appear for level 2. So the syllabus for level 2 is almost similar to level 1, but the difficulty level is at least 2 times higher than level 1. So as told by Aarti ma'am, what we're going to do in these classes, we'll be brushing up all the syllabus. We'll be going a bit into detail while discussing it. And then we'll be going through the question answer session, because once you do question answers, you get yourself acquainted with what kind of question you can expect in level 2, what is the question pattern, which is quite difficult from level 1. Let me be clear here. So don't expect that kind of pattern. Yes, there will be, Venn diagrams, there'll be graphs, there'll be everything, but the difficulty level will be much higher. So it's not to scare you, it's just to let you know, be mentally prepared. There are going to be a lot of question and answers in these classes, upcoming classes, and there'll be theory as well. So let's just wait for the quick introduction by the Aarti ma'am, and then we'll go through the demo class. Right, Aarti ma'am?
Yeah, absolutely, Richa ma'am. Thank you so much for a wonderful introduction. And I'm sure kids, like as ma'am also told you, it's nothing to get scared. But then, yes, you would be brushing up with your concepts and you would be learning many new things. Now over to Rajan sir for a brief presentation.
Sure, ma'am. Let me share my screen. Okay, so welcome students. Welcome to the demo program of Grade 4 Science. This is for level 2. So firstly, let me tell you about us, about Olympiad Success. So Olympiad Success is India's largest online platform for Olympiad exams. We have Olympiad live classes, and we also have School Plus program. In School Plus program, we offer 8 courses that are mathematics, English, science, logical, reasoning, communication spoken written, both Vedic maths as well as coding. What else we offer? We also offer online CBSE plus Olympiad classes for grade 6 to 10 and one-on-one preparation classes for international mathematics Olympiad like SESMO, CMO, HKMO, AMO, Math Count, US Math Competition, Math Kangaroo, and RMO. Meet the rank holder for session 21-22. So many students in Olympiad Success got international ranks in different Olympiad exams. Now students, about this course, so there will be around 20 students in the class. The classes will be conducted on Zoom platform only. So there will be 3 sessions per week. The days are Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So for Monday and Wednesday, the class timing is 5 to 6:15 p.m. And for Thursday, the class timing is 6:30 to 7:45 p.m. Okay. The class duration will be 75 minutes. Now, what we are going to do in this session, so like it's a level 2 course, we will do quick revision of chapters, and after that, we will discuss like question previous year level 2 questions. Okay. And students, you will get reading material and this question, which is available on the dashboard of Olympic Success. And with this course, you will also get free access to the level 2 mock test, okay, for science particularly. Now, the syllabus link I will share with you in the chat box. The fees for this course is 3,720, and there will be 16 sessions in this course, okay. Payment link I will share in the chat box. Now the fees include online classes, daily reading notes and exercises, practice of previous year level 2 questions, and like I said, you will get access to the Olympiad Success platform for science level 2 mock test. Okay. And students, like in case if you're not able to, like if you're not qualified for level 2 exam, in that case we will like refund your fees after deduction of 10%. But you need to share your roll number with us while enrolling for the course. Okay. To join this course, what you need a laptop with good internet speed and headphone. And as many of you already appeared in level 1 exam, you know, like you need to prepare. So you need to spend approx 2 hours every day to cope up with the curriculum. And you need to do the practice of questions. Okay. Now the live classes for this course, we are going to start from 26th of December, and currently we having students from 3800 school, and we are catering in 35 plus countries. So this is about this course students. Now Aarti ma'am will give you a tour of Olympiad Success dashboard. After that, if you have any doubt, any query, we will take that. Okay. So over to you, Aarti ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rajan sir. And now let me quickly take you through the tour of the platform. So kids, like once you enroll to this program, you will be this platform. Okay, so you have to go to the website olympiadsuccess.com/login, enter your email and password, and go to the platform like the dashboard. So first of all, you would be redirected to the profile page wherein you have to complete your profile in case if it is not done. Then click on live classes. So under this like tab, you would be able to find all the content, that is the reading material, practice questions, and the answer keys. So you have to just select the subject, the topic for which you would want to study, and click on the topic, like the whatever content you would want to read. So let's say I had selected plants set 1. So everything related to plants would be coming over here. Then there would be practice questions related to plants topic. So you have to just click on that. A PDF would open up again. And here, like all the questions would be given up without any answers. You have to mark your answers, and then you can match your answers with the answer key given over here. Okay. So yeah, so here you can check the answer key. Now the next thing is the schedule part. So this is a 16 session course. Okay, so all the 16 sessions have been structured carefully. So what would be we would be taking up in session 1, session 2, so on and so forth has been mentioned in detail over here, right? And then finally we have the holiday calendar over here. So there would be the days mentioned on which we won't be conducting the classes because of the holidays. And then here the Zoom meeting and ID and password. So here your meeting ID and password will be displayed. The second important thing is the worksheet. So you would be getting access to mock test, level 2 mock test. So you have to just click on this and go to science level 2 mock test. So set of 10 mock tests will be available to you. You have to just click on the take exam button to take your mock test, and then you can check your answer keys by going to the performance tab, selecting the subject, and selecting, like clicking on the view button to view your answer keys. So that is all about the platform. And now if you have any doubts, queries, we can pick up them quickly.
So students, do anyone have any query, any question? Ask
No,
us.
sir, no doubts.
Okay. So it is clear to everyone, or do anyone have any query?
No.
Okay. Other than Sanvi, do anyone have any query?
No.
Okay, you can write in the chat box also in case if you have.
Okay, then we are going to ask you a few questions. Should we ask? Yes. Okay, everybody is saying yes. Rajan sir, come on.
Sure, ma'am. So students, can you tell me the days of the classes? Days we have in the classes? You can write in the chat box. You can write in the chat box.
Again, say.
Yeah, so you need to tell me the days on which we're having the classes for this course. You need to write in the chat box. Yes. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. No. Yes. Okay, so days are Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. It is not Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay.
A typo, the mistake.
Okay, no problem. I'm just sharing the correct days. Okay, now the timings. Timings are different for 2 days. For 1 day, it is different. You can share the timings according to the days. What are the timing for the classes? Shijan, Shane, Agni, Manik, Siddeshwar, Nidhi, you can also write in the chat box. No one know? Or you are typing? Let me repeat the question. The question is, what are the timings for the classes?
That is actually a tricky question.
Okay, you can tell me the timing for, okay, write it. 5 to 6:15 Monday, Wednesday, and 6:30 to 7:45 Thursday. Is correct. We have like timings for Monday and Wednesday class. The timing is 5 to 6:15 p.m. And for Thursday class, the class timing is 6:30 to 7:45 p.m. Okay. Okay, my last question. How many sessions will be there in this course? 16, 16, 16. Correct. The correct answer is 16. Okay, I think everyone know now days, number of sessions, and everything. Do anyone have any query regarding this course, or shall we like begin with the session now?
Sir, we can begin with the session.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so Aarti ma'am, I think we can start.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, we can
So,
start. So
what do you, Richa ma'am?
Thank you, Rajan sir. Okay, guys, are you ready? I would actually like it if you can just switch on your camera because I like interacting with my students. So, and once I ask some question while revising or brushing up the topic, which you can see on your screen is animal, I want you to write down the answer in your chat box. Let's see who is the fastest finger first, right? Is that okay? So I'm borrowing the dialect from Mr. Bachchan, fastest finger first, right? So here we go. The topic for today's demo session is animals. And so far, I've been teaching so many classes, and animals is one of the most favorite topic for grade 4, I think, right next to the space. So universe. So let's start the topic. Okay, first of all, when you talk about animals, we've been talking about how we classify them, right? There are so many ways to classify them. You can classify on the basis of where they live, on the basis of their habitat, on the basis of their eating habit. Similarly, on the basis of their body structure, we classify them, right? Whether or not they have backbones. So what do we call the ones which have backbones? Quickly, in your chat box. Let me see who is the first one to answer. What do we call the animals who have the backbones? Oh, I think Vibha is the one. Yes, very good. They are called vertebrates. And the one which do not have the backbones are called easy invertebrates, right? So my next question, when we study vertebrates, in order to make it easy for us to understand the body structure, we have further classified them into 5 categories. What are those 5 categories? Classification of vertebrates. What are the 5 main animals they have been classified into? You do know that vertebrates have also been classified, right? Let me give you a hint. Reptiles.
Ma'am, can I tell you?
Who is speaking? Yes, Vibha. You can just say one name, only one.
Amphibians.
Amphibians. I said reptile. Anyone else? Sounds familiar? Reptiles. So this is what they are called as.
Mammals.
Yes, Advik. Just a second. Advik, you can speak up, bacha.
Ma'am, insects.
Insects are invertebrates, beta. Right? We are talking about vertebrates at the moment. And I said, if you want to classify vertebrates, you want to study their structure further. In order to make it easy, we have classified them further into these 5 categories. First is fish. Second is amphibian. Third is reptile. Fourth is bird. And the 5th one is mammal. The invertebrates, the one which do not have any backbones, are mainly the insects. For grade 4 and grade 5, we're gonna limit ourselves to insects only. So you'll be surprised to know, even though we are calling them, looking down upon them, that they don't even have a backbone, these are the living beings which are occupying your earth. 90% of the living beings on the earth are invertebrates. Imagine their number. Huge, right? So it becomes a job for us, imperative, compulsory for us to study about them, read about them, right? So these are your invertebrates, the beautiful creatures that you can see in your daily life, buzzing around you. So now I said they don't have any backbone, but if you've seen in your real life, you would notice they do have a hard structure on top of their body, right? These insects, they don't look that mushy, which you should be expecting since they don't have any backbone. So they should be, completely flexible. They should be able to bend their body in any shape. But does that happen? No, they have a fixed shape, right? But have you wondered why? Yes, Advik, why?
Ma'am, because of their exoskeleton.
Excellent, right? Kids, see, we all have skeleton, right? Inside you have a skeleton, the bone structure that you have on top of which your skin is there. You have organs inside that structure. That's your skeleton. So the skeleton can be present inside your body, just like as we humans have. That is called endoskeleton, E-N-D-O. And there are living beings which have their skeleton outside their body. This is exoskeleton, outside. So these insects belong to that category. But different from us, their skeleton is not made up of bones. It is made up of a special protein, which is known as chitin. It's a hard structure. That structure gives them that particular shape. Now you can see there are harmful insects, there are useful insects. On your left, on your screen, are these creatures, these insects, which are useful to you. Your honeybee, your silk worm, your beetlebug, your black insect. These are all useful to you. Why? Because they give you substances which you use in your day-to-day life. Honey, silk. What does beetle do? Lady beetle do? It doesn't give you anything. But in return, can you see these tiny ones? These bugs? These are called aphids. They destroy the crops, the plants, which is not a good thing for a farmer. So these beetle bugs feast on these aphids. That way they protect our plants and hence are helping us. Now, there are insects like lac insects which live on top of a banyan tree, and they release this liquid which we collect and make jewelry out of, paint and varnishes out of. So these are useful insects. And at the same hand, we have something which is very dangerous for us. These are harmful insects. Mosquitoes, housefly. This is a flea. Now, how are they harmful? Because they act as a carrier, as a vector for the diseases. They bring in the microorganisms. It can be a virus, it can be a bacteria, it can be a parasite, it can be a protozoa. They bring it in and infect us. Now, there are two ways to do so, just like how mosquitoes do. They, for example, you are sitting with your friend in a room and your friend is down with some kind of disease. Like suppose that, I'm not saying God forbid, but let's say that friend is down with malaria. So what happens if a mosquito flies in? He will come and sit on top of the body of your friend, suck up the blood from your friend's body, who's already infected with the disease. And then the same mosquito will come and sit on your body and will transfer some portion of the blood, which carries the virus or the bacteria in it, into your body. What will happen? You also get infected by the same disease. What kind of disease spread by such? We have some examples. We know dengue, we know chikungunya, we know malaria. These are the diseases which are spread by mosquito bite. But again, they are not caused by mosquitoes. Mosquitoes just carry them because they are caused by a virus or a protozoa. Housefly, in return, they sit on dirty things. When you sit on dirty things, what happens? They are dirty things, right? They're supposed to be dirty. So what will happen, dirty things? You will get a lot of microorganisms. Once they sit on those dirty things, the microorganisms present in dirty things attach to the body of the housefly. These houseflies come inside your home, sit on your uncovered food, uncovered water. You know, the microorganisms from those trash area, from the dirty areas comes and gets transferred to your food. And you end up eating that food and you fall sick. So there are diseases like typhoid, jaundice, which are spread by the houseflies. And lastly, we have a flea. They are basically, this one in particular I'm talking about, they're found on the body of a rodent, a rat, right? Or maybe a hamster. Why are they important? Because they spread a deadly disease called plague that can result in pandemic, epidemic, that can kill people in huge numbers. So this is a wingless insect. Now you would notice mostly your insects have 3 pairs of legs, which is 6 legs, 3 on each side. And they do have wings, most of them. But there are possibilities that your insects may not have wings, like this one. Clear? I am revising, so I'm going a little fast here. So in case you have any trouble, please write it down in the chat box. Now, let's quickly talk about amphibian and reptiles. First one, just a second. Yes, silverfish, we'll be talking about silverfish, Advik. Just give me a second. I'll talk about silverfish when we'll talk about life cycles. I will talk about silverfish in a bit of a detail. So amphibians are, they are harmful, Saru, but then they are more useful than harmful. They are not harmful as long as you don't touch them. Once, what happens when you touch them? They sting you because they want to protect themselves.
Yes. If we attack them, only they'll attack us.
Yes,
But
they are
then
trying to defend themselves, which is natural, right? That's their
yeah,
right.
we also try to protect ourselves from
So they are
intruders.
trying to protect themselves. So
What
we
are
have,
type of bees, like wasps, hornets.
yes, so, oh, you're talking about wasp and hornets. They are also doing help by helping us in pollination, which is a topic for plants. We'll talk about it again. Yes, Advik.
Ma'am, actually, bees do more harm to themselves by stinging than to us.
Exactly. Once they
Because-
sting us, they die too. Correct. Okay, let me quickly go through it because I need you to prepare, save your energy for the question answer session as well. Very quickly, I'll give you 3 characteristics of each type of vertebrate, which you need to keep in your mind whenever you're attempting any question. First and foremost, the 3 beautiful creatures that you see on your screen, a frog, a toad, a bullfrog, and this is a salamander. Yes, newt is an example of amphibian, Subhamitar. True, very good. Newt is a type of a salamander like this one I'm pointing towards on your screen. They have moist skin. This is their first and foremost identifying feature. Why is it important? Because as you know, amphibians have ability to live both in water as well as on land. While in water, they'll be using this moist skin to breathe through. That is why they have moist and very glistening skin, right? They lay eggs. They never give birth to babies. Only mammal give birth to babies. Rest all 4 vertebrates lay eggs. Vibha, you need to give me 2 seconds. Advik and Vibha, let me finish up the slides. Then meanwhile, you can put down your doubts on the chat box. I'll read it, okay? And as you can see, generally they have 4 legs. They may have tails as well. They may not have tails as well. I've given you 3 examples. You have your frogs, you have your salamander, you have a newt, and then you have your fish. Fish, the first feature that you should notice about fish is that they have streamlined body. That is why they're able to swim so well in the water. What is streamlined body mean? What does it mean? Who's going to tell? What does it mean? When I say streamlined body, what does it mean? Does steam comes out from their body?
No.
No. Just raise your hand. I'll call out your name. I want someone who has not answered one question yet. Shiva, Shrijan, Anaya, Kushank, Subhomita. Anyone? No? Swaroop, you, Manav? What does streamlined body mean? Yes, Vibha.
Streamlined bodies are bodies in which the ends, the starting and the ending point are narrow and the middle is broad.
Exactly, very good. This is streamlined body. When the front part is narrow, the end tail part is narrow, and the middle part is bulging. It is wider. What happens when they have such kind of body? They can easily pass through the water. That is why fish have streamlined body. They have gills. What does it do? Because they are living in water, they cannot use lungs. They don't have lungs. They breathe through the gills. Now, what does gills do? They end up putting up all the water inside their mouth. Now, please remember, inside the water, there is oxygen, which is dissolved in the water. They end up putting that water inside their mouth. That water is allowed to pass through their mouth. It goes inside their fins. This is how they look like. The fins acts like a sieve, just like how you have tea sieves in your home while you're preparing tea. You pour the tea, right? And the tea passes through and the tea leaves are left behind. Something similar happens here. The oxygen is filtered out from the water, and the carbon dioxide, which is being collected in their body, is transferred to the water, and then they simply open their gills like this and flush out all the water out. They don't regurgitate back it from the mouth. They simply open their fins and let it pass through. Cool, right? They have scales on their body. Now, if you look it under a microscope, exactly this is how their skin will look like. It may look different in pattern, in design, and angles, but this is the scales, which you cannot see from a distance. This is the scale of a shark. They have scales to protect themselves from their predator. They have scales to swim better in the water. Similarly, they have fins. Just like when you go for boating, you have those, your handle at the bar, which helps you in directing the direction in which you are supposed to go forward. Similarly, these fins and their tail helps them in maintaining a balance while swimming and helps them in swimming better. And a very interesting thing about fish is that they release a thick, slimy mucus kind of thing, which is present on their body, so that they can protect themselves from microorganisms, so that their body don't get decay inside the water. Because if you keep your hand in water for a long time, what happens? You get those wrinkles on your hand, right? So similarly, fish are living in water all the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the year. So they need some kind of protection. So they get it through that mucus, they get it through the scales. These are some unique features about these two vertebrates. Any doubt? Yes, Vibha.
Ma'am, I wanted to tell you about how dolphin
Yes,
Yes.
I know.
it has
mammals.
blowhole instead of.
Yes. But at the moment, we're just discussing these two. Dolphins are not fish. Dolphins are aquatic mammals, marine mammals. They are actually mammal. Why are they mammal? I'll tell you in detail in a bit. Yes, Manav.
Ma'am, what are invertebrates?
The one which don't have any backbone, sweetheart. The one which don't have any backbone, like your insects. endoskeleton, the bones within their body, they which don't have it, are called invertebrates.
Okay.
Yes, good. All right, reptiles and birds, these are the other two vertebrates in the category. First and foremost thing, it looks like that your snakes and your lizards have such shiny skin, but actually their skin is very rough and dry. They don't have any moist skin. So even I have seen so many students making the blunder of calling a turtle an amphibian just because it has ability to live both in water and on land. But the fact is, it is not an amphibian. Can you see any moist skin? Where is it? No, it doesn't have any moist skin. It has a hard shell. It's a reptile, dear. It's a reptile. You can differentiate between a reptile and an amphibian on the basis of the skin. So your crocodile, your turtle, your lizards, your snakes have dry and rough skin. They lay eggs. They may have 4 legs and a tail. They may not have it in case of snakes. And they are reptiles. Whereas birds, very different from all the vertebrates, have ability to fly because they have hollow bones, lightweight bones, their joints are fused, they have feathers, they have hooks, and they have beaks instead of mouth, instead of hands and feet, which is something which makes them totally different. Yes, put down all your doubt in the chat box, kids. Everybody, please put it down in the chat box. Okay. Lastly, I'll be talking about mammals like the one we are. We are mammals. Why are we mammals? Because we give birth to our young ones. Or do we lay eggs? Do we? Everybody is clear, right? Yes, and I'm going to talk about it now. So mammals are the ones which give birth to their young ones, like the cats, dogs, red panda, humans, giraffe. Yes, kangaroo. What about ostrich? Is it a mammal? Is it a mammal? Siddheshwar, is ostrich a mammal?
Ma'am, I don't think so.
No, it is not a mammal. It is a bird. It's a flightless bird. It cannot fly yet. It is a bird. So, and one interesting and very important thing about mammal is that we have hair or fur on our body to protect us. This fur or hair is made up of protein. So this is your protein. You need good hair. You need to have more protein. Fact. Now you have... You need to raise your hand, Sanvi. If you need to ask me something, please raise your hand or either put it down in the chat box. I'm reading your questions side by side. Not all animals,
Yes.
Subhamita, because we're talking about all animals here only, right? But mostly the animals that you see in your day-to-day life, your dogs, your cats, your giraffe, right? Lion, tiger, these are all mammals, bache, including us humans. And very important thing about mammals is that we are warm-blooded. What does it mean? That means no matter whether you go in a cold area or in a desert area, your body temperature will be same. It's not like that today I've decided to go to a desert area, my body temperature will be 100 degrees Celsius. No, it's gonna be what it is. I am a warm-blooded animal. Mammals are warm-blooded animals. Yes, Anya.
Reptiles are cold-blooded and mammals are warm.
True. Another vertebrate which is warm-blooded. Other than mammal, there is one more vertebrate which is warm-blooded. Yes, Vibha.
Fish.
No, it is bird.
Ma'am,
Birds are, yes, fish.
ma'am, actually, bird also have streamlined bodies, right?
Yes, birds and mammals are warm-blooded. And yes, Swaru, unless you're sick, your body temperature is not going to change. Mammals and birds are warm-blooded. We don't change our body temperature according to our environment, whereas fish and your amphibian and reptile, they change their body temperature according to their atmosphere. Now we are moving on to the life cycles. First and foremost, we are talking about the life cycle where the animals or the insects or the invertebrates which have 4 stages in their life cycle. Why we're talking about 4 stages in particular? Because we're talking about a thing called metamorphosis. What happens when they lay eggs, when the eggs hatch, the one which comes out, the hatchling, looks totally different from the adult version of that particular animal. So it becomes kind of interesting to see how did that different thing turned into a different being when it grew up. That is because when the eggs hatch and the hatchling which comes out, it goes through complete process of change, a physical change, complete, quick, rapid, totally abrupt. And that leads to a totally different look, totally different appearance, physical appearance when they grow up. This is called metamorphosis. So we have so many insects who go through complete metamorphosis. We have butterflies, we have beetles, we have bees, we have flies, we have ants, we have mosquitoes. They all have 4 stages in their life cycle. And yes, Subhamita, as you said, your frog also go through metamorphosis. Why? Because frog also go through complete transformation. Once their eggs hatch, the one that comes out doesn't look like a frog. It looks like a fish, but it goes through a complete metamorphosis and looks like a frog.
And that small fish kind of thing is tadpole.
Yes. And then we have insects or the organisms which have 3 stages in their life. Interestingly, when if you mentioned silverfish, so even though silverfish don't go through complete metamorphosis, complete change, yet they have 4 stages in their life cycle. First, they lay eggs, eggs hatch, comes larva. Larva goes through 3 changes, then you have pupa and then adult. Same thing happened here. Adult, egg, larva, pupa. These are the 4 stages. Egg, larva, pupa, adult. Same thing happened here in silverfish. Now, in case of insects like grasshopper, like your cicada, like your cockroaches, like your lice, they go through simply molting. What is molting? Molting is this word, M-O-U-L-T-I-N-G, M-O-L-T-I-N-G, one and the same thing. You can spell it either ways. Basically, you would notice that there are insects, they shed off their old skin and they get new skin. This is a process of growth, actually. Your insects, your animal is growing while undergoing molting. It's like an incomplete metamorphosis. They don't undergo a complete change, yet they shed off their old skin and come back with a newer version, right? So what they shed off is that exoskeleton, that extra protein that they were carrying. They shed it off and they get a new one. So you have your adult insect, it lays eggs, eggs hatch, a nymph, the immature version, the younger version of an insect comes out. It does look like the adult version. The only difference is sometimes they don't have wings, sometimes they don't have scales. Yes, Swaroop, just like how snakes shed their skin, right? Lizards also do. Gecko lizards, right? They shed off their skin. They shed off their outer layer and they get a newer one. This is molting. And once then,
I have a doubt.
can you write it in the chat box, Vibha, please? And they shed off their old skin in order to grow. This is a process of growing, molting. Grasshoppers also do so, Subhamita. As mentioned here, the nymph go through molting so that they can grow further. There are only 3 stages here. And then just like how Subhamita and I think Vibha also talking about tadpoles. So your frogs lay egg, they are called spawn, they don't have a shell, they have jelly around it. They hatch, they look like tadpole, which look like a fish. Interestingly, your frog life cell only have 2 phases, larva phase and adult phase. Once the egg hatch, the larva comes out, this tadpole, it turns into froglet and it turns into frog completely. So once they are in larva stage, they are only in water. Adult phase, they're out of water. You have your chicken, lay eggs, turns into chick and becomes chicken. You have your fish, it lay eggs called roe hatch, gives small fish, they are called fry, F-R-Y, and they grow into adult fish. This is how cycles keep going. I need not tell you what happens to humans. We give birth to a small baby, it grows into an infant, child, teenager, and an adult version, right? So what is ma'am? Ma'am is an adult version or a child or an infant?
Ma'am, it's a teenager kind of thing. Ma'am.
No, I'm not teenager. I'm an adult. I'm a doctor. So I am a grown-up, right? Yes. So teenagers are the one who are either attending colleges or are in senior classes, like in grade 10, 11, 12, right? Now, these are some interesting behaviors of animals that you see around, like Hibernation, when it is really cold, animals go undergo a sleep, or they undergo a dormant phase where they're not moving around, they're just resting.
Ma'am,
Right? Because,
hibernation is the sleep taken in winter and avastination is the sleep.
okay. Please don't unmute yourself. Better please try avoiding that. This is because they want to save the energy. It's really cold outside. They will not find any food outside. So what they will do, they'll simply lie down in a cave. Either they go into sleep or they simply rest. Their body is not digesting any food. They are not eating anything. They end up using the food which is stored in the form of fat under the skin. This is hibernation. And something similar happen when when animals undergo a sleep or a phase of dormancy, of inactivity in summers. This is called estivation. Hibernation, estivation, one happens in winter, one happens in summer. Now, these are group behavior of animals. Animals are also social, social behavior they sometimes exhibit. For example, dolphins, they like to live in group. A group of dolphin is called pod. They live together, they interact together, they hunt together, they support each other. Your locust, an insect, they march together in huge number. Birds, they flock together, they form formation, they live together. Fish, a group of fish is either called a shoal or a school. They move together. Can you see? They are always in a bulk. These are all social behavior, animal behavior. We have camouflaging, we have mimicry, we have so many other things which we'll be discussing when we'll start our classes. Then we know food chain. All the food chains, no matter which food chain is it, whether it is in water, whether it's in desert, or it is on a mountain, they start with a plant. Why? Because they are producers. They are the only one which are capable of producing their own food. So no matter which food chain you're talking about, they start with plants because they are producer. The one which eats the plants directly are your primary consumer. The one which eat the primary consumer are secondary consumer. If there is another one, tertiary consumer, and the one on the very top, the one who is eating them all is called apex predator. I have given you a few examples here, your vultures, your eagles, your lions, tigers. Can you give me another example? An apex predator, you think who can hunt and kill others?
Panther?
Panther?
Panther, okay. But do you think panther can be killed by someone else?
No.
Yes, ma'am. Decomposer.
Yeah, scavengers. Scavengers.
Scavengers
No,
are different. Decomposers,
Ma'am.
scavengers. How about in water, in sea? Is there any animal who is like the king of all the fish, all the
Shark?
Yes, there is shark, but is there something which can kill shark?
No.
Sea sponges.
Siddheshwar?
Whale?
Yes, orca whale. Orca whales are apex predator. Their body is meant to kill. They are very, very, very good at killing. They can even kill shark. That's how dangerous they are. So similarly, just now we have talked about classification of animals. Animals adapt themselves according to their environment, according to their need. It's not a slow process. It's not a quick process, a very slow process. It takes lots of time to adapt because they need to survive. That's why they change. Adaptation means changing themselves. They change themselves according to their food habit, according to the weather, according to the need for protection, according to their habitat. Now, you have animals living in desert, they have long eyelashes so that the sand doesn't enter their eyes. They have huge nostrils which has the ability to close itself off whenever there's a sandstorm. They have sandy skin, brown skin, so that they can camouflage well with the desert, right? They have thick skin to protect themselves from harsh sunlight. They are able to survive on a little bit of water. They have hump which stores food in the form of fat inside it, not water, food. You have fennec fox, which have these long ears, which helps them in dissipating the heat because they live in desert. They are nocturnal animals. They stay alert at night and are asleep in the daytime because they need to protect themselves from the harsh sunlight. So they don't come out in daytime. They only come out at night. You have birds which have ability to fly. For flying, they have hollow bones, lightweight bones, jointed. The joints are fused. They have 3 different types of feathers: flight feathers, down feathers, body feathers. This is grade 3 I'm talking about. I'm assuming you guys know about it already. Then you have, yes, blue whale is also, but it is not an apex predator because sharks, a group of sharks can kill blue whales, kids. Shoaling is beta, another name of schooling. When a group of fish move together, that's called shoaling. Shoaling, Subhamita. Schooling or shoaling, one and the same thing. Yes, Advik. Put it in the chat box, bache. Put it in the chat box if you can. I would really appreciate if you can put your doubts in the chat box. Then you have fish. As I said, they have gills to breathe through in the water. You have amphibians who can breathe in the water through skin, not through gills, not through gills. Again, their gills they disappear completely once they transform from the tadpoles to the frog. When they are tadpoles, they breathe through the gills. Once they turn into frog, they breathe through their moist skin in the water. You have, yes, it can give a great fight to it, beta. But ultimately, from my understanding, I think it's orca whale, which is quite dangerous. Then you have aquatic mammals. We have whales, we have dolphins. They are not fish, they are mammals. They give birth to their young ones. They have ability to hold their breath under the water for a long period of time. They have blowholes on top of their body. Once they come out of water, the flap opens, they breathe in oxygen, release carbon dioxide, close the flap and come back down. They have blubber in their body, fat. Why? Because they are warm-blooded. They are mammals. They need to keep their body warm under the water. Yes, Swaroop. Yes. MEG, what is that supposed to be?
Megalodon. I don't know the full
Yes. Yes. So I will be ending this class. This is the last slides already. So we'll be doing some question now. If you know the answer, put it in the chat box quickly. Without, if possible, directly to me. Otherwise, it's okay. I'd like to see your understanding. I'll explain the question. Meanwhile, you attempt it. You have characteristics written. You have animal X and Y. Animal X is someone which lays egg on land. It has 4 stages in life cycle. It has the newly hatched one, which comes from the egg, resembles the adult. That's X. Whereas Y is someone which doesn't lay egg on land. It has 4 stages in life cycle. And its newly hatched one it does look like an adult version. Okay. So you need to find the answers from the option, Shania. You need to find the option from, okay, grasshoppers don't lay eggs on the land. They lay eggs inside the land. They dig a bit of a hole inside the land, and that's where they lay their eggs. So they lay their eggs in the land, not on the land. Very good. Very good. 2 of you have answered correct. 3. Very good. Srijan, Advik, Siddheshwar, Shubhomita, and I think one of you, I missed your name, Parinita. Excellent. Very good. It is option A. Because chickens are the ones which lay eggs on the land. They don't have 4 stages. They have 3. And the newly hatched one does resemble a adult version. Whereas silverfish, they lay eggs in the water. They have 4 stages. Egg, larva, pupa, and adult version. And then their newly hatched one does look like a adult version. Second question. X is someone which has 4 legs and it lays eggs. Y has only 2 legs and it also lays eggs. Z is someone which has 4 legs and it gives birth. Share your answers. What type of protection would they have? X is an animal which has 4 legs, lays eggs. First of all, sort it out this way, that there are only mammals which give births to young ones. Rest all lay eggs. So you can be sure about Z. because that's the only one which is giving birth. So you should know what is a Z. Think carefully. A mammal gives birth, and are there mammals who have 4 legs? Yes. Cat, dogs, cheetah, lion, they all have 4 legs. What kind of protection do they have? Scales, shell, hair. They have hair on their body, right? Or fur. So it can be either C or D. Then you have an animal which has 2 legs and it gives birth, it lays egg. It can be a bird. Birds are bipedal. Fish don't have any legs. Amphibians, they may have 4 legs, they may not have. Reptiles, they may have 4 legs, they may not have. But there are only birds which have 2 legs. So birds have 2 legs and they lay eggs. So they have, what do they have on their body for protection? Feathers. This just sorted out. Option D. Very good, Paranita, Siddheshwar, Vibha, Anaya. Very good. Understood? This is the kind of difficulty you'll be getting in level 2. Now you know why we are insisting on doing lots of difficult questions. Because once you do question, you get familiar with the type of question you're going to get. Then you have 4 people who are talking about something. You need to find the incorrect option. Swati said sheep, camel, and rat are the animals that chew their cud. Sonia, mosquito has a long sticky tongue to take its food. Jyoti says dogs and cats use their tongue to lap up the milk. Kanika says giraffe has long tail that helps it to pull leaves from trees. Incorrect option. Who is saying incorrect thing? First of all, most of you are saying C. And 3 of you said A, and I'll go with the option A. Why? Because in C, there are only Swati and Kanika. But in A, there is Swati, Sonia, and Kanika. Mosquitoes don't have any tongue, sweetheart. Mosquitoes are suckers. They suck blood. They don't lap up. They don't use their tongue. That's a job of a frog. To take out the sticky tongue to take its food, like a lizard or a frog. It's not a job of a mosquito. Have you seen a mosquito tongue ever? You must have seen mosquitoes in your real life, right? Is there anyone who has not seen it? How many of you have seen a mosquito tongue?
I saw its nose like so close, sucking my blood.
Yes, they don't have. Nidhi has seen the tongue? No, Nidhi has chosen A, right? It is not, they don't have any tongue. They only suck the blood like a straw. They suck it up. Lastly, let's move to the next one. You have a food chain. You have been given PQRS and you have been given some statements related to it. You have to find out only the correct statement. Yes, Advik.
Ma'am, I have a doubt when it comes to these type of questions. Like, I get confused in if the arrow pointing is to the consumer or the producer.
I'll just quickly tell you. So suppose my arrow is here, as you can see. The end of the arrow is towards Q. That means Q is the one which is being eaten. And the head of the arrow is pointing towards P. That means P is the one who is eating Q.
Okay, ma'am.
So Q is the prey and P is the predator. Okay, I am receiving answers. I have received Swaroop. I think this answer is for this question only, the one you shared.
Yeah.
Okay. Siva, Srijan, okay. Let me see, where is Srijan? Okay. Good job, Srijan. The last question. Yes, it is C. Why? Because Q is a food producer. If it is a food producer, then it should be a plant. Do plant eat other animals? No. We are not talking about insectivorous plants here. Please, we are talking about regular plants here. R is both plant and animal eater. Yes, R is eating P as well as S. Possibility. R is eaten by P? No. R is not eaten by P. P is eaten by R. Q is eaten by P? True. S is an animal eater? No. S is the only one who is not eating anything. It should be a producer because it is not eating anything. So we are only left with second and fourth, which are correct. It is C. When we'll do the regular classes, each and every question, I'll spend 5-6 minutes with you to describe everything in detail so that it's all crystal clear to you. Got it? And next, this we just did. Suppose this is a life cycle. G is an adult version. So where exactly does molting happen? Where exactly molting happen? G is an adult. Where, at which stage molting will take place? You all know what is molting, right? Shedding of old skin, getting a new one. It can be an exoskeleton, it can be a skin. So Advik, correct. Srijan, Siddheshwar, Shanai, Swaroop, Nidhi, Srijan, all of you are correct. It is F. Adult give birth to the lay egg. Egg comes from the egg comes the nymph. Nymph will undergo molting and it will turn into an adult. Yes. And lastly, again, you have another question here. You have two types of animal, X and Y. Each one have three examples. If you have to classify them or tell one feature which fits to these all animals, which will you pick? In X, you have frog, duck, and lizard. In Y, you have bat, dolphin, and tiger. And once again, excellent guys. Good job, Subhamita, Srijan, Swaroop, Siddheshwar. It is A. X are the one which are laying eggs. Y give birth to their young ones. They are mammals. All of them are mammals. They are not mammals. So they live on land. No, dolphins don't live on land. They have hairs and they have scales. Frog do not have scales. They live in water and they live on land. Again, I've told you that dolphins don't live on land. Then feelers are like antennas, which help them in, feel the difference in temperature, just like how ants have and insects have. They have antennas on top of their body, just like a sense organ, which helps them in sensing any change in their environment. Right? A bat is a mammal, kid. A bat is a mammal. It's not a bird. What you see is actually their skin, which is stretched between their limbs. It's not a wing. It's not feathers. It's a mammal. Then you have Sara is observing an animal. The animal has 4 stages in their life cycle. And the young one doesn't look like an adult version. What kind of animal is she observing? Okay, let me clarify once again. While discussing the life cycle of a frog, I told you frog do not have 4 stages. Actually, when you draw it, it looks like 4 stages. It's actually just larva and the adult phase. Larva is the stage where they are inside the water. Adult phase once they are grown up enough to live on land or come out of the water. Very good. I have 2 correct answers. 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. 7. Very good, guys. It is mosquitoes. They have 4 stages: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. And their young ones, once they come out of the egg, they don't look like the adult version. Cockroaches have 3 phases. Grasshoppers have 3 phases. Toads have 2. Which animal is likely to have such kind of life cycle? The one shown here: an adult, an egg, and a nymph. Very good. Excellent. Very good. Superb. This is D. Grasshopper. Grasshoppers have only 3 stages. Adult lay eggs. Eggs turn into nymph. Nymph molt and go into adult. Your beetle, butterfly, mosquitoes, they have 4 stages. Now, which type of animal lives inside the body of another organism and it has specialized organ to suck blood? Now, please pay attention. They live inside the body of another organism. Inside. Now, head louse is like a lysis that you have, which in your hair, on your scalp, which suck blood from your scalp, like here. So they don't live inside your body. They live on your body, right on top of your body in your scalp. Leech, again, they suck blood from either from your leg, from your foot, from your arm, wherever they get attached to your body, they will start sucking blood from that particular part only. They don't go inside your body. Mosquitoes suck blood directly from your skin. It is hookworm. It is an intestinal worm. It goes inside your intestine and through the food and get itself attached there and sucks blood from there. Yes, it is hookworm. I will show you the picture of it in the next class. Then you have an animal, H, which has scales. It has tail and it reproduces by laying eggs. What kind of animal can H be?
Ma'am, isn't it bee?
It is bee, guys. It is a reptile or a fish. It has tail, it has scales. Reptiles and fish only have scales. Insects don't have scales. Insects have exoskeleton. Chitin, as I said. Amphibians have smooth skin. It is only reptiles or fish which have scales. They have tail and they lay eggs. It is bee. Clear? Any doubt? All right. If you have any doubt regarding the session, any question, you can ask me now. Anything? Yes, Vibha.
I don't remember being selected for level 1.
It has not been declared yet. The result hasn't come out yet. The only thing which has come out yet, as per my understanding, is only the answer keys. They have not shared the result yet.
Ma'am,
only set A.
I think A. Yes. For the set A, yes. Rajan sir, can you take it from here? If you have any question, ask me now, kids. Any doubt, any question?
Ma'am, I do. I really
Yes.
don't know when round 1 happened. I don't even remember when I wrote round 1.
Sorry?
I don't know when I wrote round 1.
Round 1 of what?
This.
Olympiad.
Level 1. Level
Yeah.
1 Olympiad. Okay.
I
So
don't
she's not
remember.
sure. Okay, okay. So she's not sure, Rajan sir, whether she's prepared for level 1 or not.
You need to check with your parents.
You need to check
I
with.
checked. I got the mail.
You need
Okay,
to
you
check.
got the mail. You need to check like you have appeared or that level 1 exam or not.
I think I didn't do it.
Yes,
I think I didn't do it.
You
didn't
didn't
do
get.
it.
You need to
Okay.
check the roll number. You put in your enrollment number on the site, whichever platform is it, then you can get some information from there, I believe.
I'll try.
Yes. Yes, Rajan sir, you can take it from here.
Sure, ma'am. Sure. Okay, so students, how was the session?
Very good.
Very good. Okay. They can also write in the chat box. Nice. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So students, now we will having the live classes from 26th of December. Okay. So Richa ma'am will meet you in the live classes now. Okay. So thank you, Richa ma'am, for the wonderful session today. And thank you students for joining. Now we will all meet on 26th of December in the live classes. So
All right,
good night,
kids.
everyone.
Yeah, we'll see you on 26th.
Yeah.
Hope to see you there. Okay. All right. Bye-bye,
Okay, bye,
everybody.
everyone.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.